Welcome to another episode of Low Tech Garage, and it is another OBS video for you guys today. And today we are going to be tackling quite a common problem on the OBSs, something I ran into as part of my AC overhaul, and really something that I was scratching my head on. How on earth am I going to fix this? And if you are new to the channel and you came this way because of the OBS content, you are certainly in the right place. I am constantly working on that truck as a rolling restoration to bring it back to its former glory when it left the showroom floor in 1996. So if you are new, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. I am really doing my best to get to 10,000 subscribers, and as you can see, we are almost there. And equally, if you are an OBS owner and have questions or have input, drop me a comment below. I always love to hear what you guys have to say about these trucks and also the other vehicles in the shop as well. But there's no further avoiding it. Let's go out to the truck and see what this problem is that I'm dealing with. And that issue is here with our HVAC controls. I'll post a picture of what I found while doing the AC in my last video. But fundamentally back here, you can kind of see some of the black goo, but someone had wired a jumper to bypass something here, which fundamentally was having the AC compressor run all the time and probably led to its failure. But my control panel was all messed up. I put this new one in, I took the jumper out, and everything works great. However, I ran into a problem, and this is really common on the OBSs. If you look back here, chunks of the dash fundamentally missing where the screws go for the HVAC controls. You can kind of see I have a little bit of a crack here, and this really left me with a dilemma because as much as I can push this back in, there is no way of attaching this back to the dash, and I definitely don't want this thing just crashing around behind the trim plate. But I did a little bit of research and found what actually looks like an awesome solution, and that's this piece right here. This is made by OBS Solutions, and they do all sorts of awesome pieces for the OBS, taking care of very common problems that all of us OBS owners run into. You know, with the broken plastic, I was kind of scratching my head on what do I need to do or fabricate to solve this, and they have this awesome little device here that we're going to install that screws into the dash. It reinforces everything for the HVAC controls and gives me new points to attach them to as well. And when you put the covers and everything back on, it's like it was never there. So needless to say, thanks so much to OBS Solutions for making products like this. So I'm gonna get over to the truck, we'll get it mocked up here, and then let's get it fitted. Equally, it looks like the install is pretty straightforward, which after some of the jobs I've done on the truck lately, I'm looking forward to something that's gonna be a little easier. I do my best to do this with one hand, but fundamentally, we just gotta slide this guy back here. It's a little bit of a fiddle, but there she goes. It's tucked in there. And look at that. Look at the fitment on that. Wish Ford made stuff this good. So you can kind of see, I'm going to try and do this without the HVAC controls in. Down here though, we see this hole, and then we got one over here. They supply some hardware, so I'm going to put that in, and that locates a metal bracket at the bottom. And here at the top, you see a hole here and here, and this is going to be where we screw the bracket in at the top as well. So you can see there's a little black dot in the corner, and if we go over here, we've got one as well. I'm going to drill a small pilot hole for these, and then that'll give us something for the screws to go into. So you can see here's my little pilot hole. I got a little one here too, and here, and if we come down, you'll see the last one lurking here. I'm gonna take a few minutes and clean that dash opening. It looks like it hasn't been cleaned in the best part of 30 years. So I'm gonna get that all wiped out and clean. Then we're gonna put the bracket in there to reinforce everything. We'll be one step closer to getting those HVAC controls back in. This is all the dirt and grime I've been talking about. While I have the little XLT trim panel off, let's get all this out. Just tidy the dash up a little bit. Obviously she's not perfect, but we're gonna make this nice and clean. So this is all cleaned up nicely. Always nice to see not a pile of dirt hiding behind trim panels. So I feel a lot better about that. now we can get on to finally installing the repair bracket in its final location. So I've slotted the repair panel in like I showed earlier. I put the upper screws in already, just honestly it's a little fiddly to do with one hand, but then you can see I've got this one here, and we just tighten it up where I put the pilot hole. And you know, you don't want to crank this down and risk breaking the plastic, but get it nice and snug. And there you have it. We have this now awesome, very rigid and robust repair panel that our HVAC controls can plug back into. So we can get this seated and get it screwed back in. So I'll start with getting this seated back in. A little bit here, a little bit there. I just want to make sure the alignment dowels go where you need them. I've got the screws started now just to locate it, and I've opted to use a socket here and really just start working these into the repair panel slowly. So I'm going to do this, take a little bit of time just to pull this all back, but when we come back, we're going to have a nice solid connection and mounted HVAC controls. These are all done up nice and tight now. This is rock solid in there. This repair panel is working awesome. You know, this is much stronger than it just being attached into the plastic of the dash, which, as you saw, I didn't even have the attachment points anymore. So super excited to have this located. And obviously I have my new panel in here, which is not all messed up as well, which is fantastic. For me, the next step is to put the new fascia on here. We'll show you, I got a new one. Someone had been in here before and basically over tightened these screws and cracked the tabs on it. So it was rattling around in here. So I've got a replacement one that we're gonna get on here now. And here's the new one I got. And as you can see, the tabs are all intact, which is nice. It'll keep things a little more quiet on the dash. And here's my old one where I had Bluetooth tabs. So fortunately not very useful, which is kind of a bummer. And installing this is pretty straightforward. There's a couple clips at the bottom. So just give those a little push to align them. There's one, there's two. And now we just gotta put our screws in here at the top. So we can just get these screwed in. And what I'll say from what I saw with my previous trim panel, do not over tighten these, just nip them up. They're just designed to locate the bezel, especially with this old plastic. It's gonna crack and then this will be rattling around in your dash, which you really don't want. These trucks rattle enough as it is. One other thing to point out, you can't see the repair panel at all, which is awesome. So now this thing is in here rock solid, mounted mechanically with metal, and you can't see any of the repair. I am gonna get on now and just put the XLT trim panel back in here. And just like most things on the truck, these just clip in, and you just want to be mindful. This is old plastic, like I said, so don't yank on it too hard. Be careful. But you end up with a factory fresh finish. Solid bezel because it's new, or new to me, and rock solid HVAC controls. They'll look great. I've got to say I'm really thrilled with that repair. Honestly, it was way more straightforward than I anticipated, and the product exceeded expectations. Like I showed you guys, the HVAC controls are in there rock solid. It's a nice mechanical mount, and with all the trim panels on, you can't even see a repair has been made, and I'm confident it'll be good for years to come. So huge shout out to OBS Solutions. Really pleased with the product. If this is something you're looking for, I'll drop a link below for you guys so you know where to find it. But great product and really pleased with how this turned out. And like I've said, if you are new to the channel and you found yourself coming this way because of OBS content, you are definitely in the right place. And equally, if you like classic cars like my 65 Fastback there, the Viper lurking here, the 928 here, or the Range Rover behind me, you are equally in the right place, and there is plenty more content to come on all of these vehicles. And for my loyal Jag followers, don't worry, because the Jag's not here, it does not mean there isn't more content coming very soon. So go ahead and drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this product, and while you're at it, please do consider subscribing. I am doing my best to get to 10,000 subscribers, and as you can see, we are almost there. Also, let me know your thoughts on these OBS trucks, your experience with them, other problems you've run into. I always love to engage with you through the YouTube channel and on the other platforms as well. Definitely check out my Instagram. I'm posting other content over there. Recently, I was just at a Viper car show with over 60 Vipers that showed up. It's all on the Instagram channel, so check that out as well. But for today's video, that's where we're gonna wrap it up. So I will see you on the next episode.